to the HT Youthtube vlog. It's week 5, and this week we are talking about distinctive truth. We're going to get right into it. The passage is 1 John chapter 2, verses 18 to 28. So have a go at having a read. At the start of this passage, we get introduced to what John calls the Antichrist, which in other places in the Bible we call the enemy or the devil. And my question for you guys is, do you think it's a good idea to think about the Antichrist? Do you think we should think about it more? Do you think, do you know what I mean?
George said something really helpful on Sunday night, which was that there are 2 traps. So either we think about it too much or we don't think about it at all. So I think a happy medium of thinking about it but not becoming obsessed with it is probably what I would go for.
And how do you think we do that? Like, how do we get that happy medium?
I think thinking about how Jesus has already won the victory is a helpful thing to start with. We're standing in God's victory, but acknowledging that there are things in the world that want to take us away from Jesus, and not pretending that they don't exist, but knowing that we don't have to give in to them, and we have God's power is over them.
Yeah. One of the other things John mentions in this passage is the connection between truth and the Holy Spirit. So he says in verse 20, the Holy One has given you a spirit, and all of you know the truth. And then again in 27 he talks about you've received the Holy Spirit, so you don't need anyone to teach you what's true. And I think it's interesting, for me as a young person, and still today, I think the Holy Spirit is what helps the truth go from our heads into our hearts. We can know stuff about Jesus, but I think the Holy Spirit helps us to know Jesus as a person. And then the third thing, in the second half of this passage, there's a word that gets repeated several times. Remain. You've got to remain faithful. You've got to remain in fellowship with Christ. It's got nothing to do with Brexit. It really hasn't. What do you think that looks like? How do we remain? How do we hold on to this distinctive truth?
I think one of the ways is remaining in the church, so with other people who believe and are who are following Jesus, because it's easier to keep our eyes on what is true and what is good if we're actually with other people who can help us see what is true. Otherwise, if you're just on your own all the time, it's really easy to end up believing things that aren't true. I suppose keeping reading God's word as well, because that's what the truth is. You've got to get it in you.
Get it in you.
Anyway, that is all from us. Have a great half term, and join us next week for Distinctive Identity.
Oh.
Yeah, farewell.
Bye.
We miss Isabel.